Okay guys, if you do not know who I am, my name is Snow. I am with Snow and Curt. We do a YouTube channel where we travel all across the United States, Central America, and now we're in South America in a van. It is normally a travel series, but today's video is going to be a little bit different. If you follow our YouTube channel and our journey, then you know that I just had full knee replacement surgery down here in Medellin, Colombia. And in order to get that surgery, I was required by my doctors to lose 60 pounds. So in 7 months, living in a van, traveling across Central and South America, I lost 60 pounds and was able to have that knee replacement surgery. Now, over the past 2 or 3 months, as the weight loss started to become noticeable, without a doubt, my #1 question that I got on Instagram, Facebook, and on the YouTube comments was, how did you lose 60 pounds? Please tell me. I figured the best way to do that was with a video. So guys, this video is not going to be a normal travel video like our normal videos are. So if you don't care how I lost the weight, if you're not curious to see if maybe it's going to work for you, go ahead and exit out of this video. We'll see you in a few days back to our normal travel videos, and cheers to you guys. If you do want to know how I lost the weight, stick around. I'm going to try to do it short and sweet in this video and share what I did with you. Now, the first thing you need to know, I am not a dietitian. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a healthy eating expert. I am a normal person that came up with a plan, followed it, and it worked. I'm going to share that plan with you. I make no health guarantees, no weight loss guarantees, and all that liability stuff, guys. This is just what I did, and it worked for me. So I'm going to share it with you, all right? I got a few categories and I'm going to look over at my notes every once in a while, and I apologize for that. But I want to make sure you know that I did not follow any of these diets that you hear about. I did not do keto. I did not do fasting. I didn't do any of that stuff that a lot of you suggested. And the main reason is because in Central America, some of that stuff that you need is not readily available. So I decided just to do good old-fashioned clean healthy eating. Now I'm going to go through in this, foods I did eat, foods I didn't eat, stuff I used to snack on when I thought I was about to eat a Snickers, and a few little recipe ideas that I used kind of as easy go-tos. So we're going to go through that here in a minute, but I want to start by telling you guys there's a few things you're going to need to be prepared to do. And the first one is you're going to need to clean out your cabinets. You're going to get any food that is not good for you and not healthy, and you're going to put it in a box and you're going to donate it to the local food bank or the lady down the street that you know needs a little bit of help, whoever that is, but you're going to get that food out of your house. So you need to be prepared to do that. You need to download an app that will count calories. My goal was 1,200 calories a day. I did not count calories for 7 months. That's not how I'm made up. It's not reasonable. It's not something I would do. But I did very strictly and put everything into this app for the first 2 to 3 weeks because it helped me learn which foods had which amount of calories. It kind of learned portion control. So I'm going to say that that is something you should do. You don't have to do it the entire time. You will learn which foods do what with the calories. But for the first few weeks, I highly recommend putting your food into an app just to kind of help you know where you're at on the calories. For me, my goal was 1,200 calories a day. The next thing is, I'm going to tell you a motto that I lived by during this process, because sharing this journey out on social media, I got so many people telling me the way they do it, the way so-and-so do it, read this, don't eat that, this is bad for you, you're eating too many pineapples, all this stuff. And it was all done with love and it was all much appreciated. But to me, the only healthy eating plan I'm going to do is one that I'm going to do. So just know that there's gonna be a lot of stuff that I may say in here that's not gonna be something you can do. You just can fine tune your own healthy eating plan to meet what you will do. Because if I say cut out cheese and cheese is something you can't live without, then you're not gonna do this. So you're only gonna eat healthy if it's something you will do for you. So be free to mold this to fit you. Don't feel like you have to follow a plan strictly because you may not do it. And then you're not getting any success when you could be getting some, right? That was my motto. The next thing we're gonna step into is some of the foods. These are the foods I did not eat. Now, I thought about putting this at the very end of the video because it is depressing. This is the hardest part, but this is the stuff I'm sharing with you what I did not eat. I did not eat cheese. I did not eat butter. I did not eat creams. So no mayonnaise, no sour cream, no cream of mushroom soup, nothing good. I did not eat processed sweets like Oreos or Snickers. Most breads were gone and most oils were gone. The only oil we used during this process was a very limited amount of olive oil. All right, foods I did eat: chicken breast, and a lot of it. Lean pork chops. If we could have found turkey, I would have used ground turkey in like chili and stuff like that, but turkey we couldn't find in Central America, but I would have eaten it if I could have got my hands on it. All the fruits and veggies, the ones you like, whichever ones you like, eat them. I had a lot of you tell me I was eating too many grapes and too many pineapples. But I really love sweets, and sometimes I just needed to eat a handful of grapes, and I did. And everything seemed to work out okay, but it was all clean and fresh food. So the fruits you like and the vegetables you like, stock up on them. So for me, that was red peppers, zucchini, squash, onions. Those were our go-to staples, tomatoes, that were always in our van when it was time to cook a meal. All right, I did eat avocados, but very limited amounts because they're high in calories and high in fat, but they're so good for you, you might want to blend a few in there every once in a while. And then for breakfast, every morning, I ate oatmeal. Not flavored, prepackaged oatmeal at the grocery store, but old-fashioned, traditional plain oatmeal. And then I would put cinnamon, a few walnuts, a few raisins, and a few fresh blueberries in my oatmeal, and I would top it off with a Splenda. Now I know artificial sweeteners are a big red flag for a lot of people, and there's a lot of bad stuff about there, but I'm gonna take you back to my motto. The only healthy eating plan you will do is one that you will do. And I needed my oatmeal to be sweetened, and it needed to be easy and convenient. So yes, I used Splenda during this process. There are many other options. You do what's best for you. This is what I did. Okay, so then I'm gonna tell you for bread. I got low-calorie bread, and every once in a while I would eat half of a piece of bread, or one piece of bread, not a whole sandwich, just one. I would toast it and maybe put a little peanut butter on it or something because I would just be craving bread. So keep the low-calorie bread around and only eat a little bit of it. And then I love tacos, so we kept the low-calorie tortilla soft shells. You can have 2 of them and it's like 80 calories for 2 of them. So you can have 2 tacos filled with a little bit of chicken breast and tons of vegetables and just eat it like a taco, and it's so good. All right, the next thing is, it's in the food I ate category, but it's also kind of a tip and trick, and it is eat all the spices and herbs. You want only the ones you like, of course, but for us it was chili powder, ginger, of course, pepper, oregano, basil, lots of basil, just all of it. Garlic, basil, oregano, chili powder, ginger, pepper, whatever you like, paprika. Stay low on the salt. You don't have to get rid of it all together, but not too much salt. But the more spices and herbs you put into your dish, the more flavor it's gonna have, and you're not gonna miss the butter, the cream, and the cheese as much. All right, the next thing is our easy go-to recipes. We did a ton of stir fries. So we'd cube up some chicken breast, cut up some red peppers, some zucchini, some onions, some mushrooms, put a little bit of olive oil in. A guide to know how much is keep your olive oil in a squirt bottle. And we just put a heart. We just drew a heart in the bottom of the skillet, threw the chicken and all the veggies on top, and just stir fried it. If it started to get dry, we'd put in a little bit of water, and we would season the heck out of that thing. And then you just eat a big old bowl of vegetables with a little bit of meat, and it's good. So the more vegetables you put in there, the more full you get. And of course, we all know veggies are good for us. So just pick the ones you like. So stir fries, it's also very easy to clean up because there's just one pan. And then tacos, same thing. We treat it like a stir fry, cook it all up, and just put it in a taco shell just to give me that little bit of carb that I was craving in the taco shells. Those were 2 of my favorite easy go-to recipes. I also did use barbecue sauce. Now I know it's got some sugar in it, but it's such a good flavor, and if you put just a little bit amount, it totally changed the meal. So you can have a barbecue meal, or you can put some chili powder on there and take it more spicy. If you add ginger to your stir fry, it's gonna take the Asian route. So use those spices and herbs. All right, foods that I used when I needed to eat something that wasn't a fruit, vegetable, or a chicken. So almost every day I ate a Special K nut bar. The nuts have protein, it's held together with some sweetness, so it felt almost like a little bit of a piece of candy bar type thing, and maybe 120 calories, and it was my afternoon snack, and I ate one almost every day. Rice cakes with a little bit of hummus on it, and you can get all those yummy flavored hummuses back in the States. Down here I had plain hummus, but it still worked, or a little bit of peanut butter on there. That is a really good snack. And the peanut butter, rice cakes with peanut butter on them, I would put a few blueberries on top, and it would be like a fake peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Popcorn, I ate lots of popcorn. No butter, a little bit of salt. And okay, so here is a tips and trick. If you are a cheese fan like me and you're really craving cheese, don't get a big old blob of goat cheese or cheddar cheese. Sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top of a salad or on top of your chicken before you put it in the oven. It has a lot of flavor. It gives you the cheesy taste and with not a ton of calories. So Parmesan cheese is a little trick that I used. And almonds, just a handful, 8 to 10 of them, not a lot of them, but I would say that this took the place of like my potato chips when I wanted to have a salty snack, because I had salted almonds, I had chili powdered almonds, I had plain almonds, you can get coffee almonds, you can get cinnamon almonds. So if you just have a variety of almonds, and if you're craving something, just pick a little small handful out, it'll do the trick and it'll make you feel full. Grapes, put them in the freezer, and when you take them out and eat them, they're like teeny tiny little popsicles, and it's perfect if you're craving something really sweet. So those are some tricks that I used. The next category I think is the absolute most important, and it is why you are doing this. If you don't have a really strong reason, your willpower is just not gonna be there. For me, it was easy. I couldn't get my knee replaced until I lost 60 pounds. And my knee before the replacement was incredibly bad, bone on bone. I couldn't walk 100 feet without it hurting and swelling up. It just totally affected and was ruining our life and this amazing journey around the world we're on. So I had a very good motivator. Pain is a very good motivator. So you have to dig deep and find the real reason that you're needing to lose 20, 40, 60, or 100 pounds, whatever it is, and figure out what that is, and it needs to be the real reason, guys. If you're battling depression because you don't want to go out because you're too self-conscious about being overweight, you know, just whatever it is, you don't have to share it with anybody. You have to share it with yourself. And when you're about to go to the store and get a Yoo-Hoo and a Snickers, which is what I would have done, you have to remember that, okay? This losing 60 pounds to me was 90% mental. So this is, again, what worked for me. Maybe it will work for you. Throw your scale away or hide it in the closet. Scales are evil because they go up and down 2 to 3 pounds every day, and it'll just depress you. Get rid of that thing. If you have to weigh yourself, only do it once a week if possible. The best thing to do, guys, is just pay attention to how your clothes are fitting. If you really need to see a number, go to Walmart, get a 99-cent measuring tape, measure your waist, measure your thighs, measure your arms, and use those numbers instead. I learned that getting on a scale every day it was just killing me. So I quit doing it, and it got much easier and much better. And finally, on this mental category, if you fall off the wagon and you're out with friends and you eat 4 pieces of pizza, don't quit. Just start fresh the next morning. It's not the end of the world. It is gonna happen. Someone said a tiramisu in front of me, and I thought, I'm just gonna have one little bite, guys, just one little bite. I ate the whole thing. That sucks if you've been being good for 2 weeks. Don't let it ruin that 2 weeks. Just get up the next morning and start over. All right, the final thing with this I'm going to mention is vitamins, supplements. Now, I lost 60 pounds down here in Central and South America in 7 months without supplements because they're just not readily available down here for us. I wish they would have been. I think they would have helped me. I think I would have been taking a little bit better care of my body if I could have had them. So if supplements are something that you think you want to put in there, find a reputable company, stick to one brand, and I would say get a good high quality 1-a-day vitamin, take some fish oil because it's just good for you, And amino acids, if you don't know what they do, they protect your muscle. So while you're losing all this fat, it's gonna help you not lose your muscle. And if you're like me, you're getting up in years and I need to keep all the muscle I can get. And I would also, in middle of the afternoon, if you need to pick me up, get a healthy energy drink. Not one of these crazy ones you pick up at the convenience store, a healthy one that comes from a reputable supplement company. Now, the last thing I will say is if you are looking for a supplement company, when we were in the United States, we loved AdvoCare. We took AdvoCare vitamins daily. I took their amino acid daily, and I drank their drink called Spark every day. Curt loved the Spark. They taste good. They're loaded with vitamins, a lot of B12. We miss our AdvoCare products. If you're gonna look for some supplements and you don't know where to start, there will be a link in the description to their website. You can check them out. You don't have to, it's completely up to you. I just know a lot of people don't know where to start. So there's a link in the video description. There will also be a link on our website, which is snowandcurt.com. All right, guys, that's it. If you stuck around and you watched this whole video, thank you. I think that means you're probably looking for a way to lose some weight. So I wish you tons of luck. It is not easy. I know it. I still want to lose another 20 pounds. And if you've got questions, guys, I try to answer every YouTube comment. Lay it on me. I'll try my best to answer your question or give you some advice. But remember, I am not an expert. I am just a normal person that did lose 60 pounds in 7 months. And I just told you how I did it. Whether it was right or wrong, I don't know. No guarantees. But you wanted to know, y'all asked, so this is the best way I thought I could tell you. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you in a few days here on YouTube, back to our normal travel series, doing fun stuff. And with that, cheers, guys.